Hey, it's Q the Retro Gamer coming at you live with my top 20 favorite Atari video games. Right now we are looking at Zaxxon. Now this is my favorite game for the simple fact I like the fact that it can just that you're looking at everything head on versus on the side. You know what I mean? I like this version better. For me, this is easier to play. And yeah, this is a pretty cool game. It actually made me like Zaxxon a little bit more. Now this one right here is probably one of my favorite games. It's a Star Trek Strategic Operations Simulator. Now, the first time I played this game, it was on this system. I played it on ColecoVision. Can't play it worth a damn. I've never played it in the arcade, but I have always played it on this system. I dig it, and I do apologize for the correction that was needed. But this is dope. And here's my other one, Tac-Scan, a Sega classic for the Atari 2600. And this is a vector game in the arcade. So in the Atari 2600 you got this, but I dig it. This is a pretty cool game. One of the best games I've ever played. I'm a little rusty in it, but I think I'm still quite good at it. Check that out. Oh, by the way, all these videos that you're looking at right now, these are not my gameplays at all. So I did leave the description, the credits for these videos in the description. Now, this is Star Wars Return of the Jedi Death Star battle. My ultimate favorite game. I played it on this, and I played it on, I believe it was I played it on the ColecoVision as well. This game right here is one of the dopest games ever. I thought Empire Strikes Back was dope, so I played this. Yeah. And remember, none of this that you're looking at right now is not my gameplay. I play these games a little bit better than that, but this is just a little something to show you what the game's all about. Alright. Now, Yars Revenge. This game, me, my nephews, all of us, we used to sit up every day and play this game. I kept getting a high score in this game. My nephews and them, everybody used to get mad as hell because I get on this game and I won't get off of it. This game right here is one of the baddest games on the Atari 2600. This game will never get old. Now you could have kept the Atari flashback version, Yars Return. I never played the Game Boy version. Now here's my ultimate favorite, Popeye. Now, I love this game. I played this on every platform, but you know what I hate about this particular version of Popeye? The barrel and the punching bag that was like in the middle. That you punch it and then the barrel falls on top of Bluto when you get to that spot. Yeah, that ain't there. But everything else is. And another thing that's crazy about this game, in the arcade, if he get hit by something, he just falls down to the ground. In this one, if Popeye gets hit by anything, he disintegrates. You'll see that in a minute. Watch this. Funniest stuff ever. Pow! See that? He just disintegrates. Plaque attack. This joint right here to me is crazy. So if this game right here is like, this right here should be probably in every dentist office, and every dentist should have this game playing for their kid patients, because this actually shows you what certain foods that you eat can do to your dang own teeth. Watch this here. Look at this. And who knew something as harmless as a hot dog could tear your mouth up? Funniest stuff ever. You know what I mean? This is one of my favorite games of all time. And this one right here is Galagon, the Atari 2600 version of Galagon. Now, this right here is made by AtariAge, so as you already probably done figured out or whatever, this is a homebrew. This was not ever made for the Atari 2600. But if you look at that right now, if not for that score on top of that and the way the bugs, some of the bugs look, you wouldn't even realize that this was for Atari 2600 because it plays like the arcade. I mean, it plays exactly like the arcade. Not bad. They really made that Atari 2600 software work. Check out AtariAge where you can get this game from. You know what I mean? You ain't getting this from a store. You can get this from AtariAge.com. $50 a pop. But this is probably one of the best games for the Atari 2600 today. And this one right here. Now I called this one Phoenix a minute ago, but this is not Phoenix. This is Demon Attack. So that was my bad as far as that goes. I'll talk about Phoenix later on in the video. But with Phoenix, I'm sorry, with Demon Attack, Phoenix is kind of like this when you think about it. You know, there's quite a bit going on here. Except with Demon Attack, there's no big ship at the end that you have to try to blast through. So, you know, like I say, this is Demon Attack, not Phoenix. One of the best games that iMagic made. Next to, of course, Atlantis and Fathom. At number 11, we got The Adventures of Tron. This is one of the best Mattel games ever. This is from the M Network line. I had this game, Tron Daily Disc, Space Attack, and Football by M Network. M Network had the bomb on games. This was one of them. Now, whoever playing this, they're playing this in advanced mode. When you playing this in regular mode, you don't see all the tanks like that quick. This game is dope. I love it. Never get old. Never get old. You gotta be quick on the draw on this one too, for real. And my favorite game, I think I play this game more than any. Number 10, we got Keystone Kapers. This is obviously this is an Activision game, but you know, Activision made some of the best games for the Atari 2600. Now, you know, it's crazy. This is the same company that today makes your Call of Duty, and they come from stuff like this, and Enduro, and Kaboom, and Oink. Freeway, which is another one of my favorite games. Enduro, that's probably the closest that we all can get to playing Sega's Turbo. But I play this game more than I play any game. I'm always playing this game. Sucks on the ColecoVision though, I ain't gonna even front. Number 9, we got Junior Pac-Man. Junior Pac-Man, you know, this one is up and down versus side to side. Typical Atari 2600 fashion, but it's fast paced. Does the job. I mean, Junior Pac-Man, this is stuff. I don't know, whoever it was that designed this and Miss Pac-Man should have had designed Pac-Man the same way, and it would have been a bigger hit. Pac-Man was just a hit because of the fact that it was freaking Pac-Man. But to me, that Pac-Man sucked, even though I was good at it. Pac-Man 4K, another homebrew game, is what you want to play. If you want to play any Pac-Man game. Like this right here, Junior Pack, that's the stuff. Defender, number 8. I played this game a lot. I'm actually, it's crazy because I'm actually better in this one than I am in the arcade. And truth be told, it ain't no, it's like no, it's just slightly easier. Slightly. But if you put it on a harder difficulty level, yeah, it's you know, it's just as hard as the arcade. And of course you got Miss Pac-Man, his mama, coming in at number 7. Miss Pac-Man, whoever was that had drew and designed Pac-Man for the Atari 2600, I guess they thought about it and said, you know what, we gotta up the ante. And they did with Miss Pac-Man. At this particular time, it was the absolute closest thing that you can get to playing the arcade. Playing this version of Miss Pac-Man, this version of Pac-Man does not suck. It's probably one of the most played versions of Pac-Man ever. And you know, you got Berzerk coming in at number 6, otherwise known as Frenzy. One of the best games on every system this has ever come out with. Commodore 64, ColecoVision, Atari 5200, and of course the 26. This game is dope. All these games that you see right here are games that to me will never ever get old. And you can probably have my favorite pinball game of all time, Atari's Video Pinball, coming in at number 5. Now, this is probably one of the most basic pinball games you'll ever play right here, but to me, it's loads of fun. It's loads of fun. I dig it. I dig it a lot. Pretty simple. Now, just a little bit of a disclaimer since I didn't give it earlier. This is my top 20. This is my top 20. Your top 20 might be different. That's okay. Your top 20 ain't gotta be mine. You ain't even gotta agree with my list. Aha. We got good old Kangaroo coming in at number 4. Kangaroo, easier to play on here than it is on the arcade. But again, the closest thing that you can get to it. Now, as you can see, this is what happens when you are playing a game on an emulator versus the original equipment. You see how the Kangaroo just disappears and whatnot? Just disappears. Spider Fighter coming in number 3. Another Activision classic. Dope. Just dope. Activision did not, in my opinion, make any garbage games. Even their garbage games was dope. Spider Fighter next to Plaque Attack is probably one of my favorite Activision games. Coming in number 2, you got my other favorite pinball game, Midnight Magic. This game came out when the Atari 7800 was introduced. But ironically, is it for the Atari 7800? I'm not exactly sure. But I know it's for this. I know it also came out for the Apple II and the Commodore 64 or whatever. But this is the first time I played this game. Another one of the games that I don't never get tired of playing. This game is dope. Love it. There's a lot going on this game too, but you know, non-stop action. Yeah. Haha. Number one. I'm sorry, number, what is this? Number one? Vanguard. Yep. Number one is Vanguard. Now, this is probably one of my favorite games of all time. This is my number one favorite game of all time. Actually, it's not my number one favorite game of all time. I have it at number one, but the only reason why this is at number one is because my ultimate number one game is coming up right after this, which I had just added to this video, which I had messed up on in the earlier part of the video. So I had to correct that and put that at the end of this. This game is dope. There's a lot of non-stop action going on over here, and if you blink, you will miss something. You will die. So watch yourself. So number one, I call the honorable mention here, but this right here, this is the shit. Phoenix. You see how much it is, kind of like Demon Attack at first glance. It is kind of like Demon Attack at first glance. If you ain't really paying no attention, you swear you're playing one or the other. And I do love it at some points of this game, you actually get to hold down the fire button and just blast them. This game is dope. I play this game more than I play any other of the other ones as well. Just like Keystone Kapers. You'll love it. You know what I mean? But again, you know, these are my top 20 Atari games. You know what I'm saying? I hope y'all like it. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking more requests for other videos or whatever, so you know, check me out. I appreciate y'all for taking a look at my video. Thanks for watching it. And like it. I'm not asking you to subscribe yet. That'll be coming later. But, you know, like it if you like it. Thumbs down if you don't. Leave me your comments. What are your faves?